Welcome back. The last 5 days have been a whirlwind for the city of Minneapolis, celebrating icon and Minnesota native Prince. Minneapolis remembering him with several concerts featuring artists like Shaka Khan, CeeLo Green, and Morris Day and The Time. And on Saturday, hundreds packed downtown for a huge block party and sing-along. All of it ending yesterday on what would have been Prince's 68th birthday. Now, although those celebrations are now over, a museum celebrating his journey and impact on Minneapolis is just getting started. Here's Heidi Wigdahl.
When art goes out to the world, its impact can be infinite. And the audience has their own stories to tell. Such is the case with Prince.
He's like an energy supply for so many people.
At Roberts Gallery in North Minneapolis, a new nomadic museum shows all the ways Prince has been there for his fans.
You know, he was music.
Peyton Scott Russell owns the gallery. He once worked for Paisley Park and showed his art at Glam Slam.
But I had a roommate that was an uber Prince fan, and he would not stop talking about him. How many times have you seen him? What's it like living in Minneapolis? And then he started giving me bootlegs. And I started hearing things that I'd never heard before.
I want to show all the dimensions of the way that he mattered to people.
Australian Emma Balazs collected those personal stories to create the People's Museum for Prince. It includes her own journey in the wake of Prince's death, capturing the places he called home, including this very corner, Burnett Anderson Way.
And she took Prince in as a teenage, in his teenage years. People often say that that is the origin of the Minneapolis sound.
The People's Museum for Prince is open now through June 27th. The main exhibition at Roberts Gallery is open Wednesday through Sunday, 12 to 5 p.m., or you can make an appointment. They'll also have exhibitions at Capri and Color Wheel Gallery. They're all free if you'd like to check it out. Well, in a matter of days, the U.S. will be taking the global stage as the World Cup gets underway right here at home. For more on the U.S. men's national team and how they're preparing, here's Jake Garriani.
World Cup fever is sky high, and the United States men's national team has arrived here in Irvine, California, just south of Los Angeles. This will be their home and training facility for the 2026 World Cup. In their final tune-up game before group play in Chicago, it was wet and rainy. The U.S. gave up an early goal, and feeling for the Americans was as cloudy as the sky over Soldier Field. But then those skies parted, the sun came out, and the Jedi, Anthony Robinson, had that brilliant ripper to pull even with the Germans. The United States would go toe-to-toe with the European powerhouse, even dominating and controlling that game at times, bringing in plenty of momentum to their match against Paraguay this Friday. Now, for the man in charge of the Americans, Mauricio Pochettino, even though his team lost 2-1 to the Germans, he says he likes where the squad is at heading into the World Cup opener.
The thing that is going to help to prepare the tactics, the strategy, the game plan, and everything. Without that culture, the strategy, you can be brilliant, but if you don't have the energy, you have the commitment, you don't have, the trust, the confidence, all the values that are really important in that sport, it's impossible to play well. And you say, yeah, but now you are playing better. No, we are same coaching staff. And we propose things like this, but the priority was to create culture in the way that we really feel that the sport. That is why it's not another secret in that. It's not another secret.
The United States will start their World Cup play this Friday at SoFi Stadium against Paraguay. From Great Park in Irvine, California, I'm Jake Garriani.
I think that guy was in a hot air balloon. Well, for seniors across Minnesota, graduation day is the payoff for years of studying, sacrifices, and support from family and friends. And at North High School in Minneapolis, the commencement came with an extra reason to cheer. Here's Sammy Solina.
Parents of North High School seniors.
I'm just extremely proud of it today.
Have long awaited this day.
Long time coming. Last one.
But for blessing game, The wait is over.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
His stepdaughter, Terriana Carter-Ricks, is one of 128 North High seniors
Feels great. A weight off my shoulders, for real.
and is part of an improving graduation rate for the school.
Just so much going on, violence and stuff of that nature, that they had to overcome that.
In 2023, their 4-year graduation rate was at 68%, about 20 points behind the state average. But last year, they were at 81%, and their momentum is improving.
You were crying the whole time? Yeah, you were mostly...
I was boohooing just the whole time.
Principal Mari Friesleben and Assistant Principal Steve White says this success wasn't just a waiting game.
It comes with hard work, and that hard work is year after year, month after month, week after week, watching every student, pulling families in, sitting families down, helping them understand this is serious.
They've been leaning on student data to pinpoint who needs help.
Our teachers get together twice a week to look at data.
Who can we learn from, and also who needs additional support?
They say that helps staff, which helps retention.
The North Side runs on relationships. It is required. It is oxygen. You can't function without it.
And that trust has been critical.
There are seniors that were sitting there today that have lost parents. There are seniors that were sitting there today that didn't come to school for 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks even, out of fear. During Operation Metro Surge, they lost a student to gun violence. And we also had the first student that was picked up by ICE in January, and he decided after being detained for a while to self-deport.
Teachers have been able to support students through smaller class sizes, but with MPS funding challenges, next year classes will be bigger. North has waited a long time for graduation success like this.
Our senior class is amazing, absolutely amazing.
So they'll take a moment to celebrate.
I always tear up just a little bit, but like
Yeah,
this
but
year, I was
you were
like,
really, it was more.
Before they get back to work.
Stick with us. More news and weather coming up after the break.